Sabres head coach Lindy Ruff rescheduled from yesterday to this morning instead, as the Sabres are home for the Detroit Red Wings tonight. Jeremy and Joe. Lindy, thanks for taking some time today, and good morning.
Morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Good. It's a game day, and we'll start with a couple of injury updates. Earlier this week, you'd said that Michael Kesselring was beginning the stages of a return to team practices. So where does that stand now, and how timeline for him to potentially get into the lineup?
Yeah, he's doing a lot better. Timeline for getting back in really hasn't been determined, but he's been skating. I think he'll join the morning skate today, and we'll assess after that. But not ready yet to play in a game.
When he is in the lineup, it's preseason at this point. You had training camp. Like how do you envision him changing how you look back there on the blue line?
Well, he's a big body that really skates well. Right-handed shot, I think. Ozone play-wise, moves the puck really well. I just look at a player that we were counting on to be a big part of the offense and the defense in our club that we haven't been able to use yet.
Some of the other injured players, Jordan Greenway, still not yet in the lineup. And then Luukkonen, seeing him sent to Rochester for rehab starts looks from the outside like that is getting closer too.
Yeah, definitely. Well, first with Greenway, again, he's skating. The target date for him is later this month. We don't have an exact date. Feels a lot better. A lot of this now is conditioning and trying to get up to game speed. So it'd be nice to get him back. With UPL, yeah, he's feeling good. He's really only played a period of hockey. Just trying to get him some action before we get him back in goal.
With him being out, it's been all Alex Lyon so far, and he's been maybe your most consistent player, at least one of them. Him never really being like a definitive number one in his career, are you worried at all about his workload early on? Is that really just kind of up to him? Like if he feels good, then he's good to go back out there?
Yeah, part of that, I don't know if the word is worried. I think he's taken advantage of the opportunity to, get in there and play all these games. We know it's been a lot of hockey. We got a lot of hockey this week. 4 games in less than 6 days, and we'll play back to back, probably in less than 24 hours. It looks like with the Blue Jays going to the World Series here. It looks like some of the game times are going to be changed or possibly being changed. So there's a lot going in. We're going to need another guy to play for sure. But on Alex, he's played so well. I think you're right. He's probably been the biggest surprise and our best player through these first 6 games.
Sabres head coach Lindy Ruff. Alex Lyon playing well. Luukkonen down in Rochester for conditioning stand. One other newcomer that I think fans are starting to pick up on, he scored a couple of goals. Josh Doan has been a nice piece to add so far.
Yeah, he really has. I think his determination, on the puck, around the net, his ozone play, his job around net front on the power play has been real good. He's just a kid that just loves to play the game and loves to compete, and his play is infectious. For a guy we didn't know a lot about, I think he's starting to get comfortable with how we play, and I look at him as being a big part of our success here going forward.
Is his involvement in the top of the lineup, putting up points, power play as well, is that in what maybe you had envisioned for him, or is that maybe a little surprising from when he was first acquired?
We knew he was a highly competitive kid that had, when you break down some of the analytics on him, he was in on a lot of high-end opportunities, like a top player when it comes to creating high-end chances, just didn't finish high-end chances. So we looked at that and thought if, he started to finish, he would be a guy that could be a real good piece. His physicality and the way he plays down low is, in today's game, is getting around the net front is something that, I think every team needs, and he's a piece that we probably didn't expect quite this much early on, but has given us a lot.
His involvement on the power play penalty kill has been part of this. Because Lindy really, the last 3 games, the record's 2-4, but I think everyone's been more impressed by the last 3 games than the start of the year. And there are good signs. I mean, special teams, I'm sure you've got to be happy with that, at least in the last couple weeks, to where it's 0 for 11 to start on the power play, and now you look up and you're very quickly 6th in the league and then number 2 in penalty kill. So what do you feel like is working on both special teams units?
Yeah, you know what, I think you mentioned, Doan's been a big piece in the power play. We haven't used him a lot on the penalty killing. Special teams, our plan was through camp was to put our group together and really work hard on special teams, and I didn't think we saw the dividends early when you look at the power play 0 for 11. The power play now is moving the puck really, really good. We're finding that next play. Our puck retrievals have been good. You look at the one power play we had in Montreal. We have a power play rush where we've got Thompson in alone, a great play. We have Doan hitting the crossbar. So, 2 great opportunities to score on the power play there. And the penalty killing has been solid. And we've had to use a lot of different bodies. If you look at Danforth was out of the lineup, Melanstein was out of the lineup. In Montreal, we had to use Quinn and Krebs and guys that hadn't played a lot on the PK. But I think we're locked into a pretty good way of killing for our club. And special teams have been good. It's something that we knew we had to improve, and we got to keep working on.
Lindy Ruff on the Western Hotline ahead of tonight's Sabres Red Wings game. Lindy, I want to ask you about Mattias Samuelsson, who, last year and last couple of years, he's had trouble staying healthy, but now in the lineup. And I thought it was noticeable. Fans are ready to notice him kind of taking ownership, and your team fighting back for each other, kind of defending each other. It's been an issue going back years and years and years. And it's 4 games in, but I don't know, right now it feels like there is a noticeable uptick in how much that is happening. And I know it's supposed to happen, but it gets so much attention when it doesn't. I feel like it's worth getting attention when it does happen.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we've got our guys are in a great place when it comes to being a pack. The energy inside the room is good. The care for each other inside the game, I think, has been real good. I think Mattias has really played well. I think he's been just a huge part of our penalty killing. He's a big man. He's got great reads on the PK. He's a guy that when he isn't in the lineup, you look at, a left defenseman that consumes the amount of minutes he does on the special teams, especially in the penalty killing. And I think his physicality has been real good. Something that, I've asked a little bit more out of, and I think you've seen that game in, game out. And I think that when you have a defense core with the size we have and the size he has, and we're starting to use that well, I think he's got his game in a pretty good place.
Lindy Ruff with us. You mentioned the Montreal game. It felt like it could have been a game that really went either way. Did you feel like, Lindy, that was another game where it was a little bit of a slow start? And is that something that you're looking at all right now, or is it too early to really make that a trend?
No, I think it has been a trend. To be honest, our starts even in the preseason, I thought were slow. It's something that last year we worked really hard on. We knew going into last year the first periods hadn't been good. And we've got to be good inside the first period. I thought the second and third period, we left way too many chances out there. It was a game that second period, a total rebound. Our puck play was so much better. Generated a lot of good opportunities, but didn't take advantage of it. But, it's almost like we're easing into the game. Most nights we're getting to the 5-6 minute mark, and we've got maybe 1 or 2 shots. So it's an area that we're going to try to focus in on and get better at.
Sabres head coach Lindy Ruff. They play the Red Wings tonight. Lindy, thanks very much. We'll talk next week, and best of luck tonight.
Thank you, guys.
Lindy Ruff.